It's Monday, April 6, 2020. Welcome to an update from your city's response to COVID-19. We begin today by informing you that the city of Webb City is complying with the governor's stay-at-home order, and that began at 12:01 a.m. today. It will extend through April 24th, 2020, unless extended by the governor. Now, what does that mean, and how is that different than previous orders addressing social distancing? When reading both orders carefully and completely, you will discover that they are essentially twins. Not much is different, except that the state is saying, and therefore we are saying, we stress and insist that our residents practice appropriate social distancing to crush this invisible enemy, COVID-19. Continue to practice, please, the 10-person and 6-foot rule. Our governor has been criticized for telling people to use common sense and accept personal responsibility in this matter. I guess he should have known, and so should we, that common sense is not as common as it should be. And there will always be those who accept no personal responsibility. Let me stress that when asking the government at any level to fix the world's problems, you will be disappointed. The governor and the government cannot fix stupid and stubborn. If people continue to ignore restrictions, they may get sick and potentially infect others. It is that simple. In just a moment, our city administrator, Carl Francis, will discuss the essential businesses that will continue throughout the stay-at-home order. But let me say this, that is an unfortunate use of the word essential on the part of government or anyone. Every one of our residents are essential, and your jobs are essential to you. I grieve with you who will be forced to stop working right now. I pray for you and pray for an early return to work. I also want to make a point concerning a key part of our city, our churches. We have asked our churches to stop doing a core part of what they do, coming together as a community of believers in public assembly. They have all cooperated at a level beyond expectation. They have been creative in the ways they continue to worship and exercise their faith. I want our churches to know that they are on this city's list of essential businesses. You are the very foundation that holds our community up during this or any crisis. I want you to continue to do what it takes to produce and deliver your virtual worship services to your congregations, and also continue the unseen parts of your ministries that serve people in need every single day. And please let your congregations know that they are appreciated and needed in this city. I also want to extend a mayoral proclamation concerning Easter. I hereby proclaim that even as much as Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus every time they assemble, in Webb City, the grand annual celebration of Easter will be on the first Sunday that churches are allowed to meet in public assembly. Our city will celebrate the resurrection in a unified manner. I further proclaim that our hill where the Praying Hands Monument is located is now dedicated as a place of prayer until this crisis is over. Residents are encouraged to quietly go to this hill of prayer, and while maintaining social distancing, pray for our community, state, nation, and world. Remember the words of Scripture. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven, will forgive their sins, and heal their land. I also want to address our community of non-English speakers. At the end of our comments today, I will introduce Councilwoman Elisa Barreto, who will share my statement in Spanish with non-English speaking populations. And we appreciate you all today. With that, I'm going to turn the podium over to Dr. Tony Rossetti, who will share updates on our school.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate the work that you're doing. We've got a few changes coming up to our food service program. I want to thank all those that are participating. Last Friday, we served up to 1,600 meals. So we'd like to think that in some small way that we're helping ease some of the stress that is going on in the community by being able to provide those meals to our children. With that being said, there's a few changes that are going to start the week of Monday, April 6th. Our goal is to make meal distribution easier for families and also keeping our staff safe. So these adjustments will start this week. 2 of the current sites will be closing. However, now we'll be delivering meals on some of our buses. These will be to specific routes, not to homes. We will be distributing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your child will still be receiving the same amount of meals. The new grab-and-go meals will be packed as follows. Monday meals will include lunch for Monday, breakfast and lunch for Tuesday, breakfast for Wednesday. Wednesday will be the same, and Friday will also be the same. So your child will get the same amount of food. We're just going to deliver it in 3 different days instead of 5 days a week. To safeguard our children, family and staff members and adult household members will be required to pick up the meals for the children. The children will no longer have to be present. With this adjustment, we'll require the child's first and last name on the meal form to help alleviate food waste. The grab-and-go meal sites that will be in place where you can still drive up and pick up those lunches will be Webb City High School, Webster Primary, Carterville Elementary, and Harry S. Truman. Meal times will remain the same from 11:30 to 12:30, and here are the new places that you can pick up those lunches. Go to our website for the specific time, but they'll be between 11:30 and 12:30 as well. We'll drop off at Anderson Estates, Logan's Run, Crowder College, Ellis Point Apartments, Maplewood Manor, Webb City Nazarene Church, Franklin School, Christ Church of Perseverance, Water District Number 3, Alba at the old baseball fields, Next City, City Hall, Oronogo will be at the City Hall as well, Purcell will be at the City Hall / old ball fields. It's important that you do sign up to help us reduce the amount of waste. You can go to our Facebook page or our website to be able to do that. And I just want to continue to say that we're very proud of our food service people. They've done a wonderful job during this process. They're going to continue to be able to provide food, the nutrients to our community. We think that's a very important thing that we're able to provide. As well as educationally, we're still going to be pushing out new things for our parents. So keep an eye on our website. And as we move through this and we get closer to hopefully the end at some point where we can get back to some level of normalcy, we want to still be a support. We want to be able to help you with resources, and we want to keep the learning going during this time. At this time, I'd like to introduce Carl Francis, City Administrator.
Thank you, Tony. We here at the City of Webb City City Hall are, of course, participating in the stay-at-home order that the governor issued. But what I'd like to stress is that it allows essential businesses to remain open. There is no need for the panic rush to shopping or anything like that. There will be no papers you have to carry going to or from an essential business. If you wish to see that list of what essential businesses are, the governor tied it to the Cyberspace and Infrastructure Security Agency website. There's a critical infrastructure list there, and it can be found at www.cisa.gov/critical infrastructure. The list is long, it's very inclusive, but I assure you it includes everything that you would need in your normal day-to-day operations. You'll still have access to. It includes healthcare, law enforcement, first responders, of course, food and agriculture businesses, petroleum, gas stations, convenience stores, water and wastewater services, transportation services, public works and support services. Our people are still out there working on some construction projects. Communication, information technology, critical manufacturing, commercial, anything in the supply chain is not going to be interrupted. Financial services, your banks will still be accessible. Residential services and shelters, cleaning, janitorial supplies, the list goes on and on. Again, I urge you, if you wish to see that list, or if you have any questions, you either call here, City Hall, or you can get on the website and check that list out for yourself. Just want to also assure you that our parks and playgrounds are being well utilized. We do wish that people continue to use their social distancing, but fishing has become a major pastime in King Jack Park. We really enjoy seeing that as long as people maintain their distances. We like it. We will leave that open as long as possible, as long as people continue to adhere to the rules. Last weekend, Community Development and the Webb City Chamber did a shopping thing online that they did through the Webb City Community Event Facebook page. If you're not aware of that, I would encourage you to go check that out. If you're a business owner here in town, contact the Chamber at 673-1154, and they'd be more than happy to help you. The farmers market continues to stay open, and with that, today we have Rachel Lynch with the Webb City Farmers Market, who's just going to say a few words about their operations. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. I'm here today just to answer a few questions that we're getting for the market. Yes, we will be able to stay open at our usual hours Saturday from 9 to noon. We are an essential food source, just like a grocery store. So as long as we are adhering to the requirements, 6-foot distancing, we will be able to continue providing the services to you as usual. We have had to cancel things like music, our kids' activities. Those things will be going back into effect as soon as possible. For now, if you're coming to shop at the market, we do ask that you will utilize the hand sanitizers that are throughout our pavilion. And also we are asking that you only send one person in to shop for you at a time. That will help ease the crowd and help us remain open. We are also adding an online shopping service. Last weekend was our first weekend to do so, and we had 22 orders. It went very well. We're expecting that number to grow. If you do have an online order, you can just pull straight into the market and park in front of our kitchen. Also at this time, we are having a free kids meal, the Grab and Go. It will be continuing. Our first weekend we planned for 150. Last weekend we tripled our efforts and provided 500 meals. So do continue checking our Facebook and website for updates about picking up those meals. You can also find information in the link to our online store from our website, which is webcityfarmersmarket.com. We would like to thank our city and state offices for their support through this. The information that we've been getting has been excellent. The Webb City Farmers Market is glad to continue providing meals and providing groceries at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Next, we'd like Chief Don Melton to say a few words about Webb City and the police department. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. With a stay-at-home order doesn't mean that you need to stay inside. Please get outside, do some exercise, whatever you can do to relieve tension so they don't become violent. Also become patient, more patient with your housemates. That way that we're not responding to calls for domestic violence. With that, I'll introduce Chief Andrew Roten, Fire Department.
Thank you, Chief Melton. One thing I want to talk to you about the fire department that's kind of going on now with the new social distancing order that came out from the governor. You're seeing that stores can only be allowed a certain amount of people. I want to kind of just touch real quick. So what they're doing is roughly one person per 30 square foot. So if you took a 12,000 square foot building, divide that by 30, you get 400 occupants. We're only allowing 10% of that now. So that narrows it down to 40. So what we're asking is be diligent, be respectful of the stores that you're visiting. They may have certain numbers, they're only allowing people in. So just wait, keep your distance, and get your essential items as you need them. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Mayor Ragsdale.
Thank you, city team, for all of your hard work. I want to address a couple of questions now that have come my way. and they are good questions that many of you have probably had. Maybe the first one has eluded you right now in the middle of a crisis, but it's an important question. With the postponement of the April elections, what is the status of our current council members and school board members whose term will expire in April? The answer was provided by County Clerk Charlie Davis. In non-contested seats, the incumbent will be sworn in at the first meeting following the postponed April election date. In the case of any contested seats, the term of the incumbent will be extended until the June election date, at which time the seat will be decided, with the installation to occur at the next available meeting of the City Council or School Board following that election. Now, the second question is one that many people have. Is our stay-at-home order too late, and will it be effective in flattening the curve of this virus? I do not believe that it is too late, nor do I believe that it's too early. Our medical experts and governor have kept their eye on the ball and have keen insights into the spread of the virus. It seems to move from one region of the country to another region of the country. We are a huge nation with many differing types of living situations. And keeping that in mind, if all you do is watch national media, you must note that it is all based in New York City. A different type of life, a different level of the crisis at a different time. If we had issued a stay-at-home order when New York did, it would have been very premature and only frustrated our population, so that when the storm actually arrived in our region, we would have already started ignoring the order. It is important for us to take this seriously now, before we have multiple cases and/or deaths. It is our desire, unlike New York, to flatten the curve before the wave arrives. These are lessons learned from our major urban centers. Now with that, I'm going to introduce Elisa Barreto, who is a city councilwoman and will now share some of what we've said today to our Spanish-speaking population. Elisa.
Thank you, Mayor Ragsdale. Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Alisa Barroeta. El alcalde me pidió que yo compartiera con ustedes su proclamación del día de hoy. Hoy es lunes 6 de abril del 2020. Bienvenidos a un reporte actualizado acerca de la respuesta de su ciudad al COVID-19. Comenzamos el día de hoy informándoles que la ciudad de Webb City va a cumplir con la orden del gobernador de permanecer en casa. Orden que comenzó esta mañana a las 12:01 a.m. Se extenderá hasta el 24 de abril del 2020 a menos de que el gobernador lo extienda más. Ahora, ¿qué significa eso y cómo es diferente a nuestra orden previa acerca del distanciamiento social? Al leer ambas órdenes completa y cuidadosamente, usted descubrirá que esencialmente son gemelas. No hay mucha diferencia, excepto que el Estado está diciendo, por lo tanto nosotros estamos diciendo, que enfatizamos e insistimos que nuestros residentes practiquen distanciamiento social apropiado para conquistar a este enemigo invisible que es el COVID-19. Por favor, continúen practicando la regla de 10 personas a 6 pies de distancia, que vienen siendo 2 metros. Nuestro gobernador ha sido criticado por decirle a las personas que utilicen el sentido común y acepten responsabilidad personal. Quiero hacer hincapié en que pedirle al gobierno, a cualquier nivel, que resuelva los problemas del mundo, nos quedaremos decepcionados. El gobierno no puede asegurar que la gente deje de cometer tonterías o actuar con imprudencia. Si las personas continúan ignorando estas restricciones, se van a enfermar y potencialmente infectar a muchas otras personas. Es así de sencillo. Previamente, el administrador de la ciudad, Carl Francis, explicó lo que son los negocios esenciales y esos negocios van a estar en la página web de la ciudad. Quiero decirles esto. Es desafortunado de parte del gobierno utilizar la palabra esencial. Cada uno de nuestros residentes es esencial y sus trabajos sabemos que son esenciales para ustedes. Me duelo con los que van a ser forzados a dejar de trabajar. Oro por ustedes y oro para que puedan regresar pronto a trabajar. También quiero hablar acerca de una parte principal de nuestra ciudad, que son nuestras iglesias. Le hemos pedido a nuestras iglesias que dejen de hacer una parte clave de lo que hacen, reunirse como una comunidad de creyentes en asamblea pública. Todos han cooperado a un grado más allá de las expectativas. Han sido creativas en las maneras en las que continúan adorando y ejerciendo su fe. Quiero que nuestras iglesias sepan que en esta ciudad ellos son negocios esenciales. Ustedes son el fundamento que sostiene a nuestra comunidad durante esta y cualquier otra crisis. Quiero que continúen haciendo lo que sea necesario para poder producir y entregar cultos de adoración virtuales para sus congregaciones y también continúen haciendo los ministerios necesarios para la gente que más lo necesita. Por favor, díganles a sus congregaciones que son necesarias y apreciadas. También quiero extender una proclamación como alcalde de la ciudad acerca del Día de Resurrección o Día de Pascuas. Por este medio proclamo que aunque los cristianos celebran la resurrección de Jesús cada vez que se reúnen, en la ciudad de Webb City la gran celebración anual de Pascua será el primer domingo que nuestras iglesias sean permitidas reunirse nuevamente en asamblea pública. Nuestra ciudad celebrará la resurrección de manera unida. También proclamo que el cerro donde está el monumento de las manos en oración ahora sea dedicada como lugar de oración hasta que termine la crisis. Animo a los residentes a ir de manera callada a este cerro y manteniendo distanciamiento social, oren por nuestra comunidad, nuestro estado, nuestra nación y nuestro mundo. Recuerden las palabras de la Escritura. Si se humillare mi pueblo, sobre el cual mi nombre es invocado, y oraren y buscaren mi rostro, se convirtieren de sus malos caminos. Entonces yo oiré desde los cielos, perdonaré sus pecados y sanaré su tierra. Por último, quiero hablar acerca de los parques de nuestra ciudad y cómo les impactará esta orden nueva. Mantendremos nuestros parques abiertos y los animamos a que salgan y disfruten de la creación de Dios. Los caminos y espacios verdes son buenos para ustedes. Por favor, utilícenlos, pero practiquen la regla de 10 personas a 6 pies de distancia. Mantendremos nuestros parques abiertos a menos de que o hasta que se violen las órdenes del distanciamiento social. Gracias.
Thank you for joining our update today. I encourage you to please share this with as many people as you can so that our entire population, our residents, are as updated as possible as we come through this crisis together. And we will come through it together. God bless you today.